You sit down to study, and suddenly your phone is the most interesting thing on earth. Just one more video. Maybe a snack first? Do I even need this degree? What if I just become a llama farmer? Sound familiar? Here's a fact. 90% of students study wrong. They waste hours staring at notes but barely retain anything. But what if you could study faster, remember more, and still have time to binge your favorite show? Your brain is lazy. It takes as much time as you give it. That's why a 10-minute task somehow stretches into 2 hours. The trick? Set ridiculously short study sprints. Instead of thinking, I have to study for 3 hours, tell yourself, I'll study for just 20 minutes. It feels easy, so your brain stops resisting. And once you start, you'll keep going. Bonus tip, write down exactly what you'll study. Instead of, I'll study biology, say, I'll learn photosynthesis and quiz myself on it. Clarity equals productivity. Not all topics are created equal. Some give way more results than others. The 80-20 rule says 20% of what you study brings 80% of your results. Stop wasting time on random details. Check past papers, ask your teacher, and focus on what actually matters. Take a past exam first and find the top 20% of repeated questions. Spend 80% of your time mastering those. Work smarter, not harder. Ever noticed how you suddenly get ultra-focused before a deadline? That's because urgency creates focus. Trick your brain into speed mode by using a 30-minute study sprint. Study like it's an emergency, take a 5-minute break, repeat. Short sessions prevent burnout and stop you from fake studying. Bonus tip, use the Forest app. If you leave the app, your virtual tree dies. Nobody wants to be a tree killer, right? Einstein said, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. If you really want to learn something fast, teach it. Pick a concept, pretend you're explaining it to a 5-year-old, and simplify it until you find gaps in your understanding. When you go back to relearn, you'll understand it deeply instead of just memorizing. Bonus tip, explain things out loud or write them down. This forces your brain to process them better. Want to remember things twice as fast? Stop passively reading. Start testing yourself. Instead of rereading notes, close the book and recall key points. Instead of copying notes, write them from memory. Use flashcards, but don't just read them. Quiz yourself. Science says this is the #1 way to burn information into your brain. Bonus tip, try the blurting technique. Read a chapter, write down everything you remember without looking, then check what you missed. Instant memory boost. Here's a fun fact. Your brain doesn't store what you study while you're awake. It locks it in while you sleep. Pulling all-nighters? Bad idea. Get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Your brain will thank you. And exercise boosts memory. Even a 10-minute walk helps. If you're cramming, take study breaks with movement. It's a free cheat code for your brain. So here's your 6-step cheat sheet to study smarter. Set short study sprints, 20 to 30 minutes. Focus on the 20% of topics that matter most. Use timers to stay sharp. Teach what you learn, Feynman technique. Test yourself, active recall. Sleep plus exercise for free brain upgrades. Pick one of these hacks and try it today. Comment below, which one worked best for you? I read every single comment. And if you're ready to unlock your brain's full potential, hit that subscribe button. Let's make studying feel illegal together. Remember, knowledge isn't power. Applied knowledge is. Study smart, not hard.